Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, state, and country. And we take a look at your comments, questions, ideas, thoughts, suggestions, plans, you name it. We want to connect with each other. We want to connect with our destination, Puerto Vallarta, as a community of English-speaking locals, and this is what we try to do today. Today is March 12th. Spring is coming. Semana Santa is coming. The weather is starting to feel ever so slightly warmer, and I am wondering how you feel about all of that. We are going to talk about this later on in our broadcast. And I'm looking at your comments. You are everywhere. You are in La Vena. No, that would be me. Duh. I am in La Vena, but you're in Fluvial. You're in Emiliano Zapata. You're in Punta Perula. Angelica, it's nice to know that you are closer to us than when you were in Canada. Good for you. You are in Fluvial. You are in New Jersey. You are in San Francisco. And yes, Gary, journalist is missing in Guadalajara. This is unfortunate. His car was found. What can I tell you? It's one of those things that continues to plague Mexico in general, and certainly our state. People go missing, and authorities, well, they do what they can, but oftentimes they don't do enough. Now, for today's broadcast, I have a few bits of news items that I put together, so we might as well get started. Whoops. Oh, we haven't had one of those in a long time. Let's fix this right now. Boom. There you go. So Semana Santa is coming, and thousands of faithful Catholics have begun the ritual pilgrimages to important destinations in Mexico, including Talpa de Allende, which is some 2 hours away from Puerto Vallarta. Now, the ritual of walking long distances to reach a temple is over 2 centuries old, and as far as the trip to Talpa, it is estimated that by the time Semana Santa is over, some 3 million people will walk the 117-kilometer journey that begins in Ameca near Guadalajara. Of course, Semana Santa begins on the week of March 25th, with tourist arrivals in Puerto Vallarta starting on March 28th. Of course, as locals, we know the drill, and we are fixing this screen as well. Hold on just a second. I was doing improvements on yesterday's. Um, Yesterday, I was doing some improvements, and of course, I can see that when you try to improve some things, you mess up others. But what I was getting ready to say is this ritual of walking long distances has been going on for a long time. People will walk from Ameca to Talpa de Allende. People will walk from different destinations to Puerto Vallarta. There are torches. There are all kinds of traditions. And of course, for us as locals, there is also the tradition of stocking up on food and beverages and making sure that we have what we need in our homes. And it's probably advisable to stay home and make room for the thousands of tourists that will come to Puerto Vallarta. But it is really fascinating to think that millions of people will go through Talpa de Allende, which is a small pueblo mágico. So it's not a large destination. What do you do with 2 million people? Well, fortunately, they don't arrive at the same time, although some of them do. So is it a good time to visit Talpa de Allende when it's Semana Santa? Probably not, unless you are a faithful Catholic. Moving right along to other news, I want to let you know that this is good news for Palmar de Aramara residents. As you know, a number of streets in Palmar de Aramara have been intervened by the local government and improved with new hydraulic concrete pavement. And Mar de Cortés Street is one of such streets. It has been closed to vehicular traffic, but now it is fully paved and welcoming vehicles. However, there is still, unfortunately, no news as to when the unpaved stretch of Maria Montessori in the same colonia will be concluded. And this is, of course, unfortunate. It's never ending for our city when it comes to improving our roads. And starting yesterday, we learned that, and continuing for the next 4 days, we learned that the central lanes along Medina Ascencio between Francia and Vienna are closed for repairs. So be mindful of this. Be mindful of increasing traffic if you are moving along Puerto Vallarta's main artery through the rest of this week. And I found this in the New York Times this morning. The New York Times has reported that Airbnb has banned all indoor security cameras in its listings worldwide due to increased concerns about privacy in vacation rentals, hotels, public bathrooms, locker rooms, and on cruise ships. Now, this one didn't even cross my mind because I'm not necessarily in the habit of using Airbnbs, nor do I own one. But the thought of a surveillance camera or a security camera watching me while I'm enjoying my vacation destination does not sound like a fun thing. So if you are running an Airbnb, or if you are planning on staying at an Airbnb sometime in the near future, just keep this in mind. If there are security cameras, they are not supposed to be there. And as long as we have a little bit of time, let us throw this up on the screen.
Music transcends time and space. Witness the intimate elegance of solo performances. And the grandeur of orchestral renditions. Two interpretations, one masterpiece. Paco Ojeda on Music presents Dueling Versions, comparing solo and orchestral arrangements in classical masterpieces. Join us on a captivating journey as we compare and contrast these dueling versions and experience the magic of musical transformation. Don't miss this opportunity to delve into the rich tapestry of classical genius. Join us on Thursday, March 21st at 5 p.m. at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work.
That's right. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the presentation in a second. First, let's take a look at our weather forecast. Snarky Weatherman says, I really thought I did a good job doctoring that Kate Middleton photo. Well, we did hear about that in the news. Kate Middleton posted a photograph that was poorly tooled poorly photoshopped, and she got a lot of flack for that. So the lesson is, if you're going to mess around with your photos, be good at it. It is 24 degrees out there right now. Humidity is at 51%, and our weather forecast says today we're going to have partly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 28 and a low of 17. Wednesday, that would be tomorrow, we're going to enjoy clear skies in the morning with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon with a high of 28 and a low of 16. And on Thursday, we're going to have a humid day with overcast skies. Overcast skies, what a difficult phrase to pronounce. Plus some patches of sun shining through with a high of 27 and a low of 16. Moving back to our main screen, Kathleen Pierce asks, that guy sounds like Billy Bob Thornton. Who is he? If you're talking about the guy that did the narrative for my music appreciation presentation, well, that is PIDA. And PIDA stands for Paco's Inflatable Digital Assistant. It is an artificially generated voice that I use every now and then when I'm feeling like I don't have it in me to say things, or when I want to sound important, or just to be different. So no Billy Bob Thornton in the house. Let us see what else we have. Of course, I want to let you know that tomorrow we have the second edition, or the first formal episode of The Spotlight. The Spotlight is our brand new broadcast where we hope to invite event organizers from the city, whether it is restaurants that are premiering a new menu or spotlighting a dish, or whether it is artists, or whether it is workshop organizers, you name it, anyone that has an event coming up and wishes to tell us about it. That's what the Spotlight is for. And of course, for us as an audience, it is an opportunity to better connect with these event organizers. The Spotlight is now going to be broadcast live every Wednesday at 4 o'clock local time. You can watch on YouTube. You can watch on Facebook. But if you want to be able to be my guest live during the broadcast, you need to use the on-air link that is provided in the event description. And you will find that in your show notes today. A quick little extra, because people have been asking me, so what is this business of dueling versions? Well, in a nutshell, there are a number of classical pieces that have been composed maybe for orchestra and then rearranged for piano, or maybe they have been composed for violin and then rearranged for orchestra. We're going to look at these pairs of compositions or arrangements without there being a right or wrong. I mean, some of you may like the orchestral version of a piece of music, while others may like the solo instrument version. So the important thing here is not so much to debate about which one we like better, as it is important to just open our eyes to music that we may or may not be familiar with in its different presentations. So I'm excited about it. I hope you are too, and I trust that we're going to have a great time during our next music appreciation presentation, which is a week from Thursday. And this brings us right back to our comments. And I want to see what we have here today. Lots of good mornings, which I love to see. Pum, 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 pum. Let's see what else we have. Alan says, the time change makes me less late now, and this is lovely. Trudy has a cue. Good morning. We just returned back from Winnipeg, but already missing Puerto Vallarta. It was a pleasure meeting you, Paco, and a few cluster members, and of course, Gina at your last meet and greet. Thank you very much, Trudy. It is always fun to meet people in person during the meet and greets. As you know, we have 4 meet and greets per year. Somebody suggested we should have a meet and greet just for members only, and we're thinking about that. And of course, our next meet and greet will be our spring meet and greet. We don't have a date announced just yet, but we'll keep you posted. And this brings us to the end of your cues, the end of your comments. No more questions, no more comments. This is good. I am going to go today to give my INAPAM card a go again. This is my senior citizen card, which of course you may recall a few weeks ago I tried to get, but I was missing a few documents. So if all goes well, cross your fingers, I will be a legal senior by the end of the day today. Yeah, boom, boom. Why do I want my card? So that I can get my discount on my next trip to Guadalajara. So this is what we had for today. As always, it is a pleasure to see you, and it is a pleasure to thank you for everything you bring to the table when we do Coffee and Headlines. We will be back, of course, tomorrow in the morning to do our regular Coffee and Headlines, and in the afternoon to do the new broadcast, The Showcase. So if you know any event organizers that want to toot their horn, that want to give us more details about what they're up to, please spread the word, and I will hopefully see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.